Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to bring you another reading for Libra. I thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, for protecting me and keeping me safe. I thank you, Libra, for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Most of all, for showing up. Libra, the moon is in Capricorn. This is the waning gibbons of the full moon that we've come into. Spells have been casted. Some of us are confused. Some of us are satisfied. And some of us are still waiting for something that we desire dearly to come to us. Libra. That Capricorn moon is a tough one, eh? But not so much for the Librans. Libra is very, very strict, a little more so because of the Capricorn moon. Following what is the right thing to do and being detailed, focusing on the details. Again, if you are Capricorn moon, you're affected strongly, depending on your birth chart. Again, I'm not really thinking, I'm trying to feel my way through, and this is what we are meant to do. The moon does that to us. It wakes up the feelings, brings us into the awareness of what is going on around us, what we are experiencing, how we experience what we experience. We're looking into our emotions. Libra, you're very loving, very cordial. Say cordial, and we have a new journey that we want to take on, and we're enthusiastic about it, and we're honest, or we want that honesty. Here you are, Libra, coming in, and I see this split here, and it is for a solid relationship, building the foundations. Again, this is where Capricorn moon is really affecting us, where we're looking into what it is we really want and how we are going about getting it. That emotional and that passion, that desire, that bravery, the courage to step forward and take that leap of faith. Finding the truth and looking for the happiness, making changes, and then ending up of a cycle. And then we have another split here with a new beginning. Again, it's a full cycle that comes around, having that great desire, that strategic plan, that sense of, I want this to be the right thing for me, with that Knave of Swords. Again, that's your Libra in desertion, where your discernment and desertion. Not wanting to desert anybody. Play on words there. But it's that being able to discern and feeling your way, and not just going off on a whim of, I take this leap of faith because I feel I have to, in the heat of the moment. You see? No. You do that, and that is where you crash and burn, and you end up, you see? You end up the cycle, having to start again. But it's not that it's a terrible thing. No. What it is, in fact, it is what we are meant to do in order to bring about change. Mistakes are just that. They create a certain change, whether it is good, bad, or ugly. And then we learn from it. Libra, you're all about that. Learning from the mistakes, digging in for the truth, that passion for knowing and wanting the truth and hoping to have, because you're all about relationships and and the sense of wanting to have one and wanting to be in the right one because of the experiences of that, what you've been through in the past. If you've had tumultuous relationships, if you're feeling alone, if you've been alone and you don't want to be alone, all of that is where we're dealing with coming into this full moon and moving on into Aquarius would be the next phase, the next house, the next sign that the moon will be shifting into. So we're building it up. We're building up. We're looking for the truth. We're looking at the details. We're wanting what we want, and we're looking for the way of getting what we want. Now I'm using the 6-card spread that I've been using, and it is all about you, the first card, Libra. So here it is. Here you are. Oh, you're dealing with an Aquarius. King of Swords. That intellect, that dealing with the details, that honesty, that depth of truth that you will not have less than. You see, nothing less than the truth, and wanting to tell it. Cold hard facts is what you want. If you recall, we just saw the Knave of Swords, finding the truth and now having the truth, bringing it out, being honest. Again, there's a lot of confusion that needs to be cleared away, and it is clearing away. It is shifting because we're manifesting. We're knowing what we want and we're manifesting it. Again, it is all spiritual in the sense where doing the right thing, following the Dharma, if you will, avoiding karmic relationships or having had enough of that, wanting to just get past that notion of how will I know if this is the right one for me? Set in your ways. You want to, you know what you want, and you're not faltering in getting it. Spirit is making sure, because this is all about where you are, and your mind is set and settled with being honest and getting to the truth, having only the facts, knowing the facts, and then Spirit is giving you that ability to work with the information and take it to the next level, which will bring another outcome. Again, it's the sword, so we're looking at a victory, having the truth come out, or speaking the truth, or having a victory in the truth. Again, this is all about justice too. We're looking at the 2 swords here, so waiting for the right moment for the justice to come. If it is that we are waiting on news from the legal system or government institutions, very much into the right thing. So it's like a judgment call, looking to have a judgment call or waiting for a judgment to come forward in whatever respect, whether it is a personal relationship, a financial, a business deal, platonic encounters, friendships, being honest, making that effort to step forward and tell the truth. At the bottom of the deck here we have a King of Wands. Our King of Wands here is very innovative. Again, it is having that judgment come from what we know to be, I wouldn't say service to all, but that's more of an Aquarian take. It's more of wanting to make sure that we do have the truth. Coming back to that Knave of Swords, where the searching into, wanting the details, going over the details, and then being able to speak it. Here we have the 2 kings. Here we have, this is support. This is having that innovation, having that attitude of fair-mindedness. You see, working out the details to be fair, to come to the conclusion that we can have, it's a little difficult in that sense because we have hot and cold here. You see, he's very passionate type, okay? And this is very cold facts. Not being able to express emotion is where this will change. Where the truth in itself will bring out that ability to be versatile. You see, manifesting change, from going from a cold heart to a warm loving is where the shift is coming in here. And again, we see that the Sagittarian effect, this temperance, see, which relates back to being able to shift from cold and unfeeling to warm and loving. It's a healing process. This is where attitude, it's a change in attitude. And then, of course, we're looking at the Two of Pentacles to say that we're really working on things. We're trying to bring balance back. We're looking for that. Again, 2 swords, two pentacles. So we're back to the 4. We're back to the foundation. We're looking to settle. We're looking to settle down. But not quite there yet. We still have a ways to go because we're enthusiastic. You see, coming from a King to the Knight, we're changing. We're growing. We still have that desire to go forward. We still have that possibility of being, again, with the Two of Pentacles, it's one way this day, and then I'm another way another day. You know, that we're still not fully healed in that respect. We're going between the two types, if you will. It's personality here. It's personality because we want to rush, we want to do things quickly, but at the same time, we're not able to get a handle. So we're fluctuating. Again, this is where the patience comes in. Knowing that this type or this behaviorism is what we're looking into. Again, cold hard facts. This is where you are. You're facing truths about yourself. You're facing truths about another person or other people or how you affect or are affected by. Again, we're going deep. We're into the moon here. This is full moon. This is coming away from what we have manifested. This is what I put out, and now I'm going to see what I'm going to get back. And what I want is to have a good time. Again, the truth. Again, digging into the details, bringing up the details. Very Libran here. About responsibility. Who is responsible for what? Again, we have quite a bit of masculine energy happening here. So we're looking into healing an ego. We're looking into coming to terms with the cause and effect of an ego. We're looking to see how we can change that outcome that seems to be a repetitive. It seems to be a cycle, because that's what this is, going from one extreme to the next, and knowing that it does happen, and being able to shift from one attitude to the next, going from hot to cold and then back to hot again, creates that type of, I don't want to just say ego trip, but it is how you are affected or have affected another or others, that is what you're facing. Again, the Five of Swords here is that being able to stand up and look into, you know, what is it that you really want, and what is it that I've done that has caused the manipulation effect, what it is that I have said, or what is someone else said. Again, it's you and other people, and very masculine energy here. Again, more masculine energy, where we have that ego trip, where we have that control factor, where we want to make peace with ourselves, with another, with others. Again, that enthusiasm for having rushed in, or wanting to tell, very excited about talking about change and bringing things back into balance to make peace. Again, this is someone else that you're dealing with, or others are dealing with you. Going into the 8 of Swords, so now it will be the 10. Oh no, this is because I'm looking at his one sword here, but it's gonna be more than 10 swords. So it's very busy, very, very structured in, I want to shift, I want to go into peace, I don't want to be stuck, I don't want to be stuck anymore. Because that 8, we're going from the 5 to the 6 to the 7 to the 8. So we're spiraling up, but this is where we come to see that we can be versatile, that we can use our strength of character to be humble, that we can control. You see where we have the Temperance and the 2 here. Again, it's 2 cups pouring one into the next, and 2 pentacles, juggling effect. Being able to change and heal. This is the metamorphosis that we see in here. Again, if we add up all these swords, we're going with 8 and 2 is 10, and 3 is 13. There is that the Death card, where we want to change, we want to bring things back into the balance here. The healing of all this confusion, the healing of this enthusiasm for either running to or running away from, coming to terms, really facing and taking responsibility, changing that attitude. You do know, because that's where you are at. And then, of course, the truth brings in the clarity, and where we would find our happiness is being settled in the mind, knowing and understanding where it is and at what point. Very detailed. Again, looking into the details, looking into what it is that we have done, or what someone else has done, or what we have said, or what someone else has said, and the cause and effect of those words and attitudes. That's the manifestation that Spirit is helping. It's very positive, Libra. And I'm really glad to see that, because this is true change in process, you see? Okay, so let's take a look at what the second layer is going to look like, because this is in a positive. We're climbing. Remember, we were going from the 5 to the 6 to the 7 to the 8. So we're spiraling up, and we're doing it with truth, backing up everything, clearing and cutting away confusion. Thank you, Spirit. Libra, it's very, you're working hard here. Again, that Capricorn moon is shouldering you. It's helping you to really pick up the momentum. Again, with that Knight of Wands, that being able to be enthusiastic about the change, and really wanting to make that change come about. All these kings, you see, this is real progress when you have kings showing up like that with the emperor even. Very, very masculine. This is, I'm thinking a lot of male influence, whether it is in the type of relationships that you're in or who you're dealing with. If it is it could be business, it could be for taking control of your own behavior within a relationship, looking at the responsibility, owning up to the responsibility. This doesn't mean we're only talking about men here. Women too, who are looking into their attitude and how they have affected their male counterparts in whatever type of relationship you're dealing with. It's very general, this one. Again, I thank you, Libra, for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Comments are very welcome. I'm not really pushing the comments. I mention it, I think I mentioned for each read, but it's not a must do. The likes is as equally effective if you don't feel like talking. I did mention that because of it, Gemini season, that comments would be encouraged, but it's not a requirement. It's if you don't feel you have to force yourself to say anything. It's if you really need to and you want to share ideas and shift up the energy. That's what's appreciative. Okay, so the second layer for this read, which is quite interesting. Let's see how that plays. If it continues and if it shifts completely, because we're looking at spiraling up, we're looking at taking responsibility. We're looking at how we feel about what we've done and how we have affected others and vice versa. So this first card again is all about you. So your plan, you have a plan. You're taking your time because you know that it is affecting your attitude and how you affect others and being able to have that honesty or creating that influx. Again, we're looking at both sides. Whatever it is that you've gone through, and it is verbal here. It's all swords that were coming up. So whatever conversations or communication that you've had with certain people or in general or with another or within yourself, how you have reflected off of what someone else has said to you, has you stepping back and really slowing things down, because air element with the earth element now it's just bringing things to a standstill, because with the air element it really moves quickly like the wind. Hence we have the Knight of Wands, because he moves like the wind. It's fire in him, but now this fire, this speed, this wanting to rush is now slowing down. So you're really tempering whatever it is about you, or that what you have said or how you think. That change in how you communicate, in fact, is slowing down, moving at a slower pace now. And there is a plan in action. You've lowered the sword. You're not going with the ego. You're not going with that need to control. Taking the time, coming to a standstill even. And then we have the Devil here. And this is Spirit's work. Spirit has put that hold. Again, it is for protection. So being that you are now changing the way that you communicate, and it is for protective means, taking protective measures, because either you're protecting someone else or you're protecting yourself. Again, flipping it over because of the deck that I'm using. This card is also linked to obsession. And if we want to look at things in reverse, we could see that manipulation was at hand here. Spirit is showing this. It's not that Spirit is doing the manipulation. This is all of High Arcana here. And it is cause and effect in its own right, where whatever you've said, whatever you've done, is coming back around. If it is that you have done something, created that cause and effect, well, the effect is in that obsession, that submission, wanting to submit to, having to submit to. Because once we cast the spell, we can't take it back. We can't turn around and say, well, okay, I think I need to change my mind now after the fact. You can't. It has to run its course. Whatever you've said, whatever you've done, whatever plan that you've had, it has to play itself out. And this is where the cause and effect come in. It is all in the intention. It is all in the intention. Whatever you have intended is what you have put out there, whether it was for honesty or dishonesty. Spirit has taken that, whatever it is that you have done or said, and is using it now. Again, slow down. This is all Capricorn. We're looking at Capricorn earth sign. We're looking at Virgo. We're looking at Taurus. Here we're looking at Capricorn. This is Saturn. This is Saturn ruled. When we see the Devil card come up, again, that relates to just desserts. So here is a deserving of measure. Whatever it is that was said and done is now being paid out, or will be paid out, in however form. Now, again, we're looking at personal. So in the personal sense, we're facing off fears. Again, we saw the Two of Pentacles with our Temperance card, trying to bring things back into balance, tempering that ego with the Emperor, looking at that enthusiasm from the Knight of Wands. So it's all of those. If even we want to flip the cards and say that all of the negativity that comes from those particular masculine qualities is what we are looking to work through and overcome. Now again, the Devil card here could be in a reverse, seeing that we are trying to manifest and be honest and looking to change and have that type of behavior tempered or tailored or taken away completely. We want to magically destroy it and say we're no longer like that. I don't want to be like that, or I don't want to be around people like that. Again, it is a form of protection. So Spirit has put things in a position where, in slowing down the process of thinking quickly, overthinking, that whatever the obsession may have been for yourself or what you have recognized in others, you are now putting the brakes on going into that direction on a personal level. On a general term, it is Spirit that is using what you have mustered up, as in your manifestation, to bring about change and tailor or block or recognize fears of overindulgence, etc. If you see where I'm coming from, it's on a general scale as well as on a personal scale. And Spirit is using others that we don't see, because this is High Arcana. Either it's your own magic that Spirit is now taking and saying, okay, because of your intention, I'm going to put a shield around, or I'm going to make you see, face, deal with. You see, it's all lessons in within. This is when we manifest, we are asking for something. It is because we want or need that thing, and it is in how we ask for it that Spirit is going to give it to us. Now, it could be that Spirit is blocking what you have asked for because of the way that it was asked for. Or Spirit is using it. Now, let's see what the next card, because the outcome is a new beginning, you see? So Spirit is saying here that because of what you have manifested, a new beginning is going to come, a second chance. It is being protected, the second chance. Whatever it is that went through your request or your spell casting, if it is that you've been working on something that you've been trying to get to come to reality and it's taken forever because you're feeling like it has, Spirit is giving you the door to say, well, you know what? Because of your effort, because of your honesty, you're going to get a second chance. Oh boy, some of us are really looking for partnerships. Some of us are getting that happiness. Some of us are looking for that offer to come. And here we have the King of Pentacles, another masculine. It is in divine timing, you see? And then we have the Nine of Swords. Remember we had all those swords, the Ten of Swords here, to say that it will come to an end. There is this anxiety, everything that you were worried about that's taken forever, that you're feeling blocked, all of your effort that you've tried to manifest, it's not been working, it's just not happening. And spellcasters are thinking, well, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but every time I try, it doesn't work. Trying to figure it out. It's because of timing. That Temperance card and that Two of Pentacles, it's the timing effect. It's not the right time. Some of us don't think far enough into, I'm going to learn about magic. I'm going to do candle magic. I'm going to do water magic. I'm going to do fire magic. And then when they get into it, they forget key components, as in timing. It's not when you choose, It's when it's meant to be. We have to work with that information. And this is where Spirit is saying, protecting before anything. It's a protection. That overindulgence, maybe trying too hard for some. Spirit is saying, no, you're going to wait. And when I say, the door will open. Now we have 11 swords. And that is a doorway. So that a partnership can happen. That commitment to happiness. You see, that is where the offer will come. When you recognize that you are committed. When you take that responsibility. And if we want to flip it for the next person, your magic, you're sending out that wish to have a relationship. They are going to come. And when they do come, they're going to be responsible. Libra. It is destined for you and the next. And then we have the anxiety for change, making that choice. Because you know when you really want something and it takes forever to come, and when it shows up, you're asking yourself, well, do I really want this? Maybe. Again, a Nine of Swords, Going through all the details, going over every experience. Spirit is looking into that before you can have your second chance. And that's where all the truth comes out. That's where the doorway opens with this 11. That 11. If you're really looking into casting, we have another 11 here with the going through, changing the plans, and making that choice to have that stability. Again, the King of Pentacles brings that with the offer. Libra. It's a beautiful reading. It's a beautiful shift from knowing that you have to change something about yourself and really working with it and taking your time. Let's take an oracle. Spirit is guiding this. Spirit is guiding this all the way. These three cards here, Spirit knows exactly when to deliver on what it is that you are asking for and what you need. I thank you, Spirit, for such a beautiful reading for Libra. And I thank you, Libra, for sharing this with anyone who you feel may need to hear any of the messages that have come across. Very strong masculine qualities. So if it is that you are aiming for a serious relationship, well, it's coming. Spirit is allowing for this. It's a question of when, not if. What is the oracle message for Libra? Thank you, Spirit. The oracle message for Libra. Let's do one more. Fan shuffle. And then a cut. Oh. The Hound and the Pair, loyalty. This was in Cancer. I was reflecting on that. This is again where we want to change attitude. You see, it does reflect it because Gwyneth was very loyal. Very, very loyal. And this is a very... it's a sad story because Gwyneth loses his life there. I think it's a female, Gwyneth. I didn't look into the story in depth, but the Jaws, the bloody Jaws, was protecting the baby, killing that snake, and not being able to speak. But the action, the blood on the mouth would show, and the not seeing the baby when the master comes back, and knowing that Gwyneth did something. It couldn't be that there was a snake. The master's not thinking that, you see. The master is thinking that Gwyneth attacked the baby. But that's loyalty for you. The master didn't realize the loyalty behind Gwyneth's actions, protecting the young. It's a very sad story. But then this is what needs to happen to shake things up. For us to realize with a personal growth here, this is change within. This is the dark background. This is the metamorphosis that I saw in the first layout. To bring us to the commitment, to show that we need to rethink. We need to go and look into the details. That Knave of Swords that kept coming around. We need to go in to see and take our time with the details and really come to the decision. That's what this Hound and the Pair, the loyalty, that's what this represents. So this is like a bonus here. And this is where you see how people can change, because knowing the truth, at least taking the time to go and find out the truth, and then recognizing the mistake, the overthinking, not the overthinking, sorry, the overreaction, that misinterpretation there without really calling in a judgment, and then making that judgment call that took the life of the loyal partnership person. I mean, in your story, if that is, because Spirit gave us this, it didn't lift off. The Spirit gave us this card. All right, let's see what the oracle message, apart from the loyalty, because this is what this truth is about. This loyalty. This is where the Two of Cups show. This is where the truth shows again with the loyalty. It is an honest coupling, and that's what you're looking for. Maybe you've been through this where you've shown your loyalty and then it's lost, or you've done it to someone where you misinterpreted their loyalty and you killed them off in a relationship. You say, no, I don't want. Okay, let's not go too far. So the oracle message, again, the luck. Isn't that uncanny? I think these two came together at some point, you know. Anyway, the luck is there. The duck and the chrysanthemum. Saturn again. Saturn is bringing in what is to happen. That manifestation for whatever it is that you are asking for. The luck is on your side. And at the bottom of the deck, the boar and the pumpkin. To have the confidence and the romance, the peach and the finch and the peach. So a full cycle. Again, that 10 of swords, coming out with the truth and really being honest. Okay, so let's see the duck and the chrysanthemum, because that's the card we already know about Gwenford. I'm just looking at this, making me want to have a dog again, for that loyalty. I missed having dogs. I grew up with dogs, and they really are that loyal. Oh, look, it opened up on the confidence. Well, let's read that one first then, just because it opened up there first. The boar and the pumpkin. With their winding vines and large, heavily seeded fruit, pumpkins signify abundance, health, and resilience. Meanwhile, the fierce and intelligent boar is known for its sharp tusks and aggressive movements. Combined, the boar and the pumpkin embody self-assurance. Now again, this is where we saw the Emperor, the King of Wands, and the King of Swords, and then we have our King of Pentacles right here. So all coming into the boar and the pumpkin, having that combination, that versatility of being able to shift and recognize that your strengths and your weaknesses, and knowing that you can change and curtail difficult behaviors or difficulty in controlling your behavior. You're able to curtail that, or at least you've come to recognize that you need to take things slowly in order to be able to curtail aggressive attitudes, if it is that you're prone to that, or that you've experienced it, or at least you're aware of it, is most important. If it is about you or someone else that you're dealing with. Let's see, combine the boar and pumpkin embodies self-assurance. Again, we're spiraling up. To have that commitment, or to reach out and make an offer for that commitment. Your confidence is well-founded. Any insults or attempts to damage your morale will roll off your back. You are thick-skinned like the pumpkin and courageous like the boar. We did see the King of Cups that showed up there too, for having that courage to move in again to a committed relationship. And then Spirit is opening the door and saying you have a second chance. Libra, it's beautiful reading. The duck and the chrysanthemum. And this is not easy to come to. All of what we saw with those kings there, it's a real intense work on the self. Having Spirit guide you after you've given up and saying this is what you want and putting it out there. I'm going to change this about me, as an example, or I really want this and I'm going to work at it until I get it, is another example. But you have done that work. Take from this reading whatever it is that you have experienced, good, bad, or ugly. It is working now in the opposite effect, where you're recognizing good, bad, or ugly within the actions and your own behaviors. Recognizing that is where everything will shift now and come to you as a positive, so that you can have that second chance at having a loving, happy commitment. Let's see the luck. Speaking of all of that, because it's luck, Saturn there bringing it in. The number 10. Let's see. The luck. And I say Saturn bringing it in, it's because of the devil. It's really Jupiter that brings in that luck, and Jupiter is sitting in Gemini, so it really is, I say Gemini, yeah. See in Taurus. I see in Taurus and I say in Gemini. Sorry there, Libra. Western and Vedic astrology is quite different for that, huh? I don't want to mix you up. That's why I don't want to go too much into the astrology, because what I see is, what I look for is in the Vedic, and the mainstream is the Western, and it's off by degrees, and it's quite a few degrees. This is why I don't want to go too much into the details there. Anyway, let's see the luck. So the phrase lucky duck isn't just a light-hearted rhyme. Ducks can be symbols of good fortune. In ancient Egypt, ducks were associated with riches, especially gold, and frequently given as offerings to the gods. Likewise, chrysanthemums bursting forth with long and elegant petals signify abundance. Luck can be a fickle and mysterious force, but is also, as Roman philosopher Seneca once mused, what happens when preparation meets opportunity. You are on the brink of good fortune. Be open to situations that may bring about positive transformation. Take care to get your ducks in a row. Do some research before taking action to avoid a misstep. And that's what you've been doing when we see the knave of swords that we saw in the first. Yeah, it's not showing up in this one. But you've done the work. You've gone into the details, and you've taken that information and you've used it to your advantage to come out with cold hard facts and understanding that things need to slow down, that you need to take your time or change your plan, as what we saw with that Two of Wands. Because where the sword is up, he's ready, he's waiting to fight back. But here the sword is down, so we're not looking to fight. We're looking to really go in and understand and take our time and build on the future. And this is where the luck factor comes in, that you're able to change from attack mode to open receiving, our King of Wands that we saw there. Now with the King of Pentacles, being ready and capable and aware, very, very much aware of what is to come from the commitment that you're wanting to be in or wanting to come to you. And on that note, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Until our next read, Libra, love and light.